Hey guys, for today's project I'll be showing you how I transformed a plastic chair into this beautiful and elegant accent chair. I had to recycle one of my chair which had broken one of the legs. This chair I had transformed it in a year ago, so it broke one of the legs. So I had to get rid of the other 3 legs so that I could proceed with the project of making my accent chair. After getting rid of the 4 legs, or the 3 legs, sorry, this is how the plastic chair turned out. I wanted to make it to have a slanting like position. So to make the slanting like position, I had to add some piece of wood on the bottom part of the plastic chair. So these wood, I had them lying at home, so I had to place them in that position so that they can give my plastic chair a slanting position. To make sure the wood are held well in place so as to make it easier to add in the screws, I had to use hot glue to hold them under the plastic chair so that it could make it easier to add the screws on the sides and also on the top parts. After that, this made it easier to add the screws on the side part of the plastic chair and also the top part. So this is just to secure the wood in place and also to make them stay stronger beneath the chair. I had to confirm and see if the screws had gone onto the right place. As you can see, the boards are well secured beneath the chair. On to the next part was adding the bottom part of this accent chair. I had to cut a board of the same diameter as the width, or the width of the plastic chair. So the diameter, I'll put it in the description box. If you have a similar plastic chair and would like to transform it, I'll put the measurements onto the description box. Once I had made sure the chair flushes well with the board, I added the hot glue to secure the board well so as to make it easier to add in the screws on the beneath part of the accent chair frame. For those who are new here and first time clicking onto my channel, my name is Roxy Nimis. I normally do simple home decor DIYs. If you're interested in seeing more of my video, please don't forget to subscribe and also click on the notification bell so as to get notified whenever I post a new video. After adding the screws on the beneath part of the chair, this is how it turned out. I then proceeded to the next part, which was adding the top frame of the accent chair. The measurements of this top frame, I'll also put it in the description box. After making sure the frame is on the right position, I had to secure it with hot glue so as to make it easier to put the screws onto this frame. Reason for using a wooden frame on this plastic chair is to make it more stable and more firm, and also more stronger compared to the previous plastic chair I had transformed using a hula hoop. The wooden frame is more stronger compared to a hula hoop. And to my returning subscribers, I would love to say thank you so much guys for supporting Roxy Nimis. I'm here because of you, and please don't forget to share my videos with your friends and family. After adding the screws all around, this is how my accent chair frame turned out. To make it more stronger on the top part, I had to add some wood on the side parts. So this wood will make it stronger. Even though someone sits on it, the top part of the chair cannot break. To cover the frame of my Ascent chair, I had to add this piece of cardboard all round. To secure it, I had to use hot glue to glue down the cardboard all round the frame. Actually, this was the hardest part because I was trying a way which I would make the cardboard fold, or it was a really hard part, but I tried my best to make sure the cardboard holds on well on this Ascent chair frame. So this is how it turned out, and after gluing down the cardboard all round, I went ahead and removed the excess cardboard using a pair of scissors onto the bottom part and also the top part of the Ascent chair frame. This is how it turned out, and I loved how my cardboard had held well onto the back part of this beautiful Ascent chair. To proceed to the next part, I had to cover also the inner part of the Ascent chair using cardboard. On to the next part was adding the foam, which is 1/2 inch thickness. I had to use it on the back of this Ascent chair. To make sure the foam stays in place, I had to use adhesive glue. I normally get this adhesive glue from a local hardware. I'll also put a number for those who are interested in one. To apply it, I just said to pour it through and then use the piece of cardboard to spread it all around the back part of the chair. After that, I went ahead and placed the foam, and to secure the foam, I had to use my staple gun to secure it on the beneath part of the Ascent chair. Sorry guys, I forgot to show how I added another round bottom part of the frame, so I had to add 2 circular bottom frames. After I was done, I went ahead and removed the excess part of the foam on the bottom part of the chair using my pair of scissors. I did the same thing on the top part of the Ascent chair. Used the staple gun to secure the foam all round. I would love to say thank you so much guys for the love and support. Continue watching my videos. I just love how you've supported me on my previous video that I did of this similar Ascent chair using a plastic chair. Thank you so much. On the inner part of the Ascent chair, I had to add a thicker foam which measures 1 inch thick. So I had to find a way in which I will draw the size that I needed for the inner part of the Ascent chair. I used a marker pen to mark the area in which I would cut the foam. And this is how the foam turned out, and it fitted perfectly on the middle part of this chair. To secure the foam, I had to use my staple gun so as to make sure the foam stays in place. I had to staple down all around the sides of this Ascent chair. On this part, I was trying to get the middle part of the wooden frame that's beneath this foam. So I had to use the tape measure to get the middle part of the wooden frame so as to make it easier to add the fabric. I had to try to join the points using my arms. I'm not perfect at drawing, but I'm sure it turned out perfectly. So I had to join the points one at a time all through. Then proceeded to the fun part, which is adding the fabric onto this Ascent chair. I chose this beautiful orange fabric. For those who are interested in similar fabric, I'll put the contact in the description box. So I had to try to make sure it's perfectly spread onto the Ascent chair before securing it down using my staple gun. As you can see, I went ahead and secured the fabric on the bottom part of the chair using the staple gun. I then took off the excess fabric onto the top part of the Ascent chair so as I can be left with the size that I needed to cover the back part of this accent chair. Once I was done, I went ahead and used the staple gun to secure the fabric all round. So this is the importance of the line. So the line was to guide me on where to staple down the fabric on which was covering the back part of the accent chair. I had to sit down because my back was really on fire because of the bending. So I tried as much as possible to make sure the edges are well tucked in to avoid any creases on the back part of the chair. Once I was done on the back part, I went ahead to cover the front part of this chair. So I had to add a fabric and try to get the exact design that I needed for this front part of this accent chair. Just as I did on the back part, I had to secure it using the staple gun on the bottom part and also the front parts. This is how it turned out. I went ahead and removed the excess fabric onto the top part of the accent chair. Then to cover the middle part, I had to use the same fabric. So I had to fix it and so that to get the exact measurements that would fit in perfectly onto the middle part of my chair. I'd also love to get some ideas from you. Kindly let me know in the comment section what I can make next or which project I should make next. I'll appreciate that. After getting the exact measurements that I needed for the front part fabric, I went ahead and cut off the excess fabric all round. To secure my fabric on the front part, I had to use the contact glue that I had used to stick down the foam earlier. I had to apply it all around the front part foam before covering it with the fabric. To secure the edges, I had to use my staple gun and also some hot glue gun to secure the fabric onto the edge part of this accent chair. So I had to add glue all around. With the guide of the line that I had made earlier, I had to stick down my fabric using hot glue on this part. On the bottom part of my chair, I had to secure the fabric using some screws since the plastic was so hard to work with the pins of the staple gun. Then, to cover these edges where I had joined the two fabrics, or where the fabrics were meeting the front fabric and also the back fabric, I had to cover it using these pins. So they come in with a length of 1 meter pins. And to secure them onto the chair, I had to use some tacks. The tacks have like nail-like edge, so I had to use those tacks to secure these pins all around. For those who haven't subscribed to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe onto Roxy Nimi's channel. To make sure the pins holds well onto the wooden frame, I had to use a hammer to put in the pins. While using the hammer, make sure you don't hit it with a lot of force because it will flatten the head of the tack pins. So these tack pins are made specifically for the chairs or the upstory stuff. they're strong enough to get inside hardwood. I then used a piece of the same fabric to cover the sitting area of this Ascent chair. I had to secure the fabric using some staple pin and also some hot glue for the fabric to stay in place. On the bottom part of the Ascent chair, I had to use some iron legs, and these iron legs are a bit stronger and they can support much weight, so I had to put them in this position so as to make sure my Ascent chair is stable. To secure the legs, I had to use some screws to make sure the legs are held well beneath the Ascent chair. I'll also put a contact in the description box for those who are based in Kenya, where you can get similar legs, and for those who are based in other countries, kindly check them out either on Amazon or on Alibaba. For the sitting foam, I had to use a different type of foam. To secure it onto the cardboard, I had to use contact glue again, and also to glue down the foam together, I used the contact glue since it holds foams well together. Then went ahead and added another piece of foam to give this shape of the sitting foam. Then used the same fabric to cover the sitting foam all round. I had to secure it with staple pins, but went ahead and added some hot glue so as to make sure the fabric stays in place all round. As you can see, this is how the shape turned out of the sitting foam, and it's very strong compared to the blue foam I had used on the back part of the Ascent chair. So this is how I fixed the foam onto my Ascent chair. To show you guys how this chair is very strong, I had to sit on it to show how strong it is, and also it has a perfect height. The previous chair, many complained it was so short, so I tried to use longer legs for this project. I just love how it has turned out. Let me know in the comment section what you think about this beautiful Ascent chair. For those who are interested with the online classes for the DIY deco items, kindly go to my homepage. You'll see a join button. You click on the join button and then you'll see several classes available, so you can choose the classes which suits your budget. This beautiful Ascent chair was an order from a client. She wanted plastic chair transformed into beautiful Ascent chair. So that's why I had to make 2 of them, since she needed 2 of them. I hope you love this video. If you really love it, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up and also share this video with friends and family. Bye bye guys, see you next time for a new DIY. Thank you.